The Army has a saying, look to your left, look to your right. Make sure your battle buddies are still standing. My story starts out pretty much like other women who have received a call from their doctor to discuss biopsy results. I heard the words, "You have cancer." But then something happened that changed my outlook on cancer and how I approached it. After I left the doctor's office, I called the two people in my life who are always the first to know things, my husband and my sister. As I waited for them to join me at home, I did what every rational person does when faced with a medical emergency. I Googled. The first thing I came across was a blog post by a woman who had fought breast cancer for 2 years and now, in remission, felt lost. What? I was confused. She survived. Why is she sad? She wrote that she didn't know what to do next because she had put her life on hold for cancer. With the cancer gone, how was she supposed to move forward with the rest of her life? That was the moment I realized I was going to survive this battle. There would be life after breast cancer. I committed then and there not to let cancer keep me from living my life. I worked for the county attorney's office, fulfilled my training weekends with the Army National Guard, continued my doctorate studies in organizational management, and savored my favorite role of all, mother. Even though I had chemo, surgery, and radiation, I was blessed to be able to continue my daily life. And in the midst of it all, I was invited to a Facebook group for breast cancer survivors. I remember thinking, whatever. I wasn't really interested in being any part of any sisterhood. I was going to go through treatment, get better, and not look back. Oh, I occasionally participated in the Facebook page, but mostly I just couldn't wait to be done with the whole mess and move on. Eventually, the weekly doctor's appointments came to an end, just like I hoped would happen with this chapter of my life. But randomly cruising the breast cancer Facebook page one day, I saw a post from a woman with stage 4 cancer. She wrote that she would be on chemo the rest of her life. What? I quickly learned that her stage 4 cancer meant that she would be stuck in a loop of chemo, radiation, or surgery until the end of her life. I had survived cancer by living on the belief that it was going to be over in a year and everything would go back to normal. How do women go on knowing there's no after cancer? How did I get so lucky? It is the same feeling I have when I see memorials of soldiers who died in the same war I survived. Why did I make it back from Iraq? Why did I survive? Look to your left, look to your right. Make sure your battle buddies are still standing. At the end of my cancer journey, I saw a lot of women to my left and a lot of women to my right, and I realized many were not getting off this battlefield alive. Suddenly, a new mission became clear. I would make their time as easy as possible, and usually that meant paying a bill or two. I started selling my stuff in my house, and then I started asking my friends to sell their stuff. Soon I had enough items donated, and I created the Pink Sister Yard Sale. The proceeds go to moms facing stage 4 cancer. I was focused on helping stage 4 moms and completely forgot about that woman who felt lost after cancer. I had forgotten her message because I didn't feel it applied to me. My parents were stoic people. I guess that gene was passed down to me. I tend to trudge through the desert no matter how intense the heat. But then I looked to my left and I looked to my right. And I saw women who were in remission, and still they were lost. Again, I wondered, why was I able to move on when others were not? How could I help others who were struggling? And the Pink Sister Yard Sale grew. Today, we continue to financially support stage 4 moms, but we expanded our work to lend support to all breast cancer survivors. We pay for makeovers, spa days, and tickets to shows. And we top it off with an annual breast cancer retreat. I am almost 7 years out from my diagnosis. This reluctant pink sister became a pink warrior. The feelings I have for the men and women I went to war with are the same feelings I have for women with breast cancer. We went to war with cancer. Some of us lived, some did not, but no one will be left behind. Look to your left, look to your right, make sure your battle buddies are still standing.